Got a band of rain moving west to east. It will clear most, but it will linger in southern areas. Behind it, sunshine and showers, and it's going to be another mild day, but a windy one. I'll have all the details later in the programme. 3% of the states is covered in snow at the moment, and 150 million people are actually affected by it. So nothing like that here, I'm glad to say. We've got very mild weather this week, and in fact today, that is the story. It's also going to be windy. We've got rain at times as well. At the moment, we've got rain moving from the west towards the east. Most of that will clear into the North Sea, but you can see this hangback in southern areas where it will remain cloudy and wet. And through the day, that will edge a little bit further north into South Wales, the Midlands, and remain in East Anglia. Now, behind it, we'll see a return to sunshine and showers. It's going to be a windy day, or blustery, depending on where you are. The strongest winds in the west, and across northwest Scotland with exposure, we could have gusts up to 70 miles an hour. But these white circles represent the sustained wind speeds as opposed to the gusts. Now, temperature-wise today, 7 in Lerwick and Stornoway, and up to 12 as we push down towards Hull and also Norwich. Through this evening and overnight, our band of rain in the south moves steadily northwards. We could see some snow in the hills off Northern Ireland and in the mountains of Scotland. And as it moves north, we've got another band coming in from the west. It's going to be moving eastwards. Still going to be windy, but it's not going to be a particularly cold night. We're not expecting any frost. We've got overnight lows between 4 and 9 degrees. And I'll have a longer weather forecast with more details in about half an hour. Charlie and Lou.
Look forward to it. Carol, thank you.
Morning both. Good morning to you too. Once again today, it's going to be a mild day weather-wise. It's also going to be windy. We've got rain at times. At the moment, we've got a band of rain, which is quite heavy in places, moving from the west towards the east of the UK. That's this front here. But you can see there's a second one that's going to drag its heels across southern areas and remain there for much of the day, only moving north later on. So the rain we currently have eventually pushes into the North Sea. You can see it in the south where we've got the remnants of that rain, and it will move north through the afternoon, getting into South Wales, the Midlands, and remaining in East Anglia. But behind it, we're looking at a lot of sunshine, a lot of dry weather, and some showers. But windy out towards the west, gusts with exposure around northwest Scotland up to 70 miles an hour. But blustery for much of the rest of the UK. These white circles indicate sustained wind speeds as opposed to gusts. Now, temperature-wise today, we're looking at 7 in the north to 11 or 12 in the south. So generally speaking, we are above average for the time of year. Through this evening and overnight, here comes the rain in the south, moving steadily northwards. It could well deposit some snow in the hills of Northern Ireland and also the mountains of Scotland. And then we've got a new weather front coming in from the west, and that one too is going to be pushing eastwards. It's going to be a windy night, but it's not going to be a cold one, and we're not anticipating any issues with frost. So through the course of tomorrow, here's our first front that's heading north. Here's the second one that's coming in from the west and drifting east through the course of the day. And as you can see from the isobars, it's another blustery day, windy for some, especially with exposure in the northwest. Our band of rain continues to drift eastwards. We'll have it curl back round, bringing in some showery outbreaks of rain across northern and northwestern Scotland, into Northern Ireland and northwestern parts of England and Wales as well. But this front is a cold front, so note the temperatures, they're down a touch on where they have been. But having said that, most of us will still be around average or just above. Now on Friday, we've got a weather front coming in from the west once again. It could have some heavy rain in it, some mountain snow in Scotland, but it doesn't make particularly good inroads further east. So eastern areas, although it will cloud up, should largely stay dry. And the wind changes direction again. We're starting to pull in more of a southerly component, so the temperatures go back up. We're looking at 7 to about 12 degrees. As we head into the weekend, we've got what we call a waving front, and you can see why it's called waving. It is literally doing this. So the positioning of the rain is still a little bit uncertain. Again, there will be rain in the forecast. The southeast is likely to stay the driest, but what you can see are the yellows and the ambers returning to the charts. So the mildest day of the weekend is likely to be Sunday. You can see where we've got some rain, some showers and some drizzle. And on Sunday, it's more likely to be somewhere in the southeast that hits the dizzy heights of 16, possibly 17. Elsewhere, still above average for the time of year. And if you're wondering what the averages are, well, they're between 7 and 9 degrees in our capital cities. Lou and Charlie. Good morning, both. It's looking mild. Good morning to you as well. Today, what we've got is a band of rain that's been coming in from the west. It's pushing eastwards. Some of that's heavy. It will eventually clear for most, but it's also going to be windy, especially in the west. So here's the radar picture showing the track of that rain. It's a little bit further east than this actually shows at the moment, and will continue through the morning to journey into the North Sea. But look at this hangback of rain across the Channel Islands and southern England. That will edge a little bit further north as we go through the afternoon. Now, for most of us, behind that band of rain, it's going to be a day of sunshine and showers. A blustery day, windy out towards the west through the Irish Sea, but particularly across northwest Scotland. With exposure here in Outer Hebrides, we could have gusts up to 70 miles an hour. Temperatures 7 in the north to 12 as we slip down the east coast of England. Now, this evening and overnight, we've got the band of rain ensconced in the south of England, pushing steadily northwards. Could deposit some snow in the hills of Northern Ireland and the mountains of Scotland. And at the same time, we've got this next weather front coming in from the west. It's going to be drifting eastwards. With all of this going on, it's not going to be a cold night. We're not anticipating any issues with frost. So tomorrow, this band of rain in the west continues to journey eastwards. Look how it curls round across Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, and also in across the southwest of Scotland. So here too, you can expect some showers, but a lot of dry weather, a fair bit of sunshine. The wind veering to more of a westerly or southwesterly, so a little bit cooler than it has.
Here she is.
There we go.
That was brilliant. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. For some of us, we have got the most beautiful sunrises this morning, as you can see from our Weather Watchers picture taken in Norfolk. But today we've got rain moving from the west towards the east. Some of it will linger across southern areas. And as you can see from the isobars, it's a blustery day, particularly windy out in the west. Now, as the rain clears, behind it we'll see a return to sunshine and showers. But the rain hanging around East Anglia, southern England, and through the day it will move into South Wales and the Midlands. Windy, especially through the Irish Sea, and more especially with exposure across parts of northwest Scotland. We could have gusts up to 70 miles an hour actually, but these are the sustained winds you can see in the white circles. And temperatures today, well, 7 in Lerwick to 13 in Hull. Now, as we head on in the second half of the night, a new weather front comes in from the west, introducing some more rain. It's going to be a windy night, but it's not going to be a cold one. Temperatures staying in single figures, and for some of us, high single figures at that. So tomorrow, our weather front slowly moves over towards the east. And if you look today, and this is a cold front, the winds veered to more of a west or a southwesterly, so temperatures a little bit down, but still more or less around average or just above, depending on where you are. Then a new weather front comes our way on Friday, introducing all this rain and again some snow on the hills of Scotland. But the winds change direction to a southerly, so the temperatures are going back up once again. We think it's going to stay dry in the southeast, but the cloud will build as we go through the course of the day, and our temperatures are 7 to about 12 degrees. Now, the weekend forecast is giving us such a headache, and that is because we've got what we call a waving front, and as the name suggests, it's literally doing that. And where the front is will determine where we're going to see some rain. At the moment, it looks like a lot of us will see the rain. Southeast could stay dry, but the mildest day of the weekend is likely to be on Sunday. Some parts of the south could hit 16 or indeed 17 degrees. Now, that's in stark contrast to the maximum temperature in Moscow, which is about -12 or -13. You might be wondering why I'm telling you that. I want to show you some rather cute pictures of a panda playing in the snow in Moscow. Now, it's not unusual, of course, at this time of year to see snow in Moscow, or to see low temperatures for that matter either, but he does look like he's having a ball, and I must say he's very, very cute, Lou and Charlie.
Oh, absolutely. I was.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Somersault coming.
Somersaults,
Watch out, watch out. Excellent, Karen. Thank you.